It's not lost on me that, given the home was built in 1770, that there have been many, many Christmas mornings within these four walls. I'm Jaimie Dewberry.
And I'm John Dewberry. We own the Dewberry Charleston, and you are at our house.
John and I live here with our dog Cooper, and we are super excited this holiday season as we're preparing to welcome our first child. So we are in historic Charleston, South Carolina, and we have decked the halls. It's Christmas time, holiday season, and you can feel the cheer and the joy and the buzz happening around the city.
The house is pre-revolutionary, so it's from 1770. And for 100 years it was a home, but for 100 years it was a grocery store. Our home is in the original walled city of Charleston. It's a Charleston single, and the Charleston single means two on top of two on top of two rooms.
The house, I feel like we are blessed to be stewards of it for this next season and chapter. It's very lived in. We have our pup up on all the furniture. Kids are welcome. We use every room.
And we wanted to make sure that it was a home and not a museum of sorts, if that makes sense. But what you find out quickly in Charleston, it's really about living in historic homes and being good stewards of it and preserving. It's a labor of love. This is our dining room. A little untraditional, not quite as formal. You can see I found a table I really like down in Brazil that looks like somebody used it as a source to hammer on. I do love this piece of French antique wallpaper that we fitted as a painting almost. At Christmas time, Jaimie likes to put out a lot of garland and a lot of greenery, and I particularly like the touch of the citrus because that's kind of harkens back to the old way we used to celebrate Christmas. At least that's what I used to leave for Santa Claus when I was young. Here we are in what we call the music room. Most people, it's a traditional living room, but because we have this big Steinway here, actually signed by the last surviving Steinway, though I haven't quite mastered learning how to play the piano yet. So it's our music room. We set it up for our Christmas decorations. We have a painting I picked up in Ireland that's very, very old, probably 1700s of a castle from about the 11th century. And then, of course, Jaimie, if you gave her option, she would cover every piece of the wall with art, and I love what she's done here with this vertical display. We forget presents around this house because Jaimie will start buying them in June and July.
My love language is 1000% gift giving, for sure. So that is true. I have a couple of happy closets, as we call them.
Well, this is our bedroom, and behind these antique white walls is, I guess by now, 300-year-old cypress wood. We like the horses and we like the sea, so we have some old coral and a great painting I picked up at the Baltimore Antique Show about 20 years ago. So this room obviously was redone. They wouldn't have had a tub of this size or scope in their day. Once again, I wanted to float this in the middle of the room. I've got two double French doors that you can open up, let the world come in, play a little music, relax. This is the room that I refer to as the cypress room. What I love about it is this cypress wood was painted the same as the bedroom when I bought the home, and I decided to knock all of the paint off of it, but still leave a scant trace of it so that you could tell what it originally was. And I quite like it this way. I think most people would varnish it, but I kind of like it in a matte finish. One of the things I always do at this time of the year is get a good fire going, because a fire, like water, just makes you feel good. One of the things I kept saying, remember, we will use every room of this house. and it's quite true, and particularly at Christmas.
I always have a happy heart when there is a little bit of that family chaos or entertaining chaos where the beds are being used, there's like dirty towels and dishes and laundry. I think in that beautiful mess is where the special moments of life happens.
This is our breakfast room, and it's also the hyphen, which is joining the original home to the old stables, which is now our kitchen. One of my favorite rooms in the house. This is a old Charleston brick that we selected so that it would look the same. And this room was probably built about 1840, 1850. And then we renovated it and redid it, keeping the exposed brick, but still using what I like to use a lot, both in my homes and of course at the Dewberry Hotel, backed by antique mirror to give it that antique look. Again, juxtaposed with the mid-century modern light fixture and these old sconces, and of course this table is probably about late 1700s itself. This is clearly our kitchen. Formerly it was the stables to the main house, and these hurricane rods, which you'll see on the outside of homes, we have used them on the inside of homes to look great architecturally, but they are a structural element. We certainly don't want to see the next great earthquake in Charleston. At this end of the kitchen is kind of a cozy area while the fireplace is there and it's warmed up the room. And Jaimie will do her journaling and I will read the newspaper or catch up on emails or something. And so it's just about as good a start to the day as you can have.
For Christmas morning, we will have a house full, and we normally start with a Christmas walk to kind of take it in before all of the excitement of the gift unwrapping happens. And then we normally have a big breakfast that kind of extends all day long into the cooking of the dinner. Walking into our home at Christmas time, my heart explodes. It truly does. The twinkling lights of all the candles that we have glowing, or being greeted by the Christmas tree right off of our front door, the smells of the fire going that John starts and lights before I even get out of bed, which I'm so grateful for, is truly magical. It's like I don't want to leave our home during the season.